What do you hear when you think of 2018?
Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, my mind.
Yeah, thought so. Ava Max's breakout single dominated the world, but what happened after? Well, she released a few more singles than her debut album Heaven and Hell in 2020.
Heaven, heaven's what you like.
Heaven and Hell had 8 singles, one from a digital reissue, and it peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200 in the UK, but 27 in the US. Maybe the US wasn't paying attention to Ava. There was also a planned deluxe edition for Heaven and Hell, but it was scrapped. So then moving on to her second album, Diamonds and Dancefloors.
Diamonds and dance floors, that's all I want. I miss the rhythm, keeping me warm.
In 2022, she cut off her max cut and dyed her hair red in time for her sophomore album, Diamonds and Dancefloors. Originally it was scheduled to release in 2022, but it came in January 2023 after being postponed because it leaked. Diamonds and Dancefloors has 7 singles, one being a promo single. The only actual promotion that this album really got was a snippet from each song's visualizer for an event that Ava kind of hosted on her socials called 12 Days of Diamonds and Dancefloors. Every song was planned to get a full visualizer after the album came out, but most of those visualizers ended up being scrapped, which kind of caused outrage in fans. They really wanted those visualizers. I mean, they did look pretty cool. They even started a petition to get Ava to release them, but Ava just said she wasn't proud of them, so they never came, which is fair enough. It's her art, guys. Leave her alone. Diamonds and Dancefloors peaked at 37 in the US, but then it peaked at 8 in Germany. So there's kind of a pattern that she's not doing the best in America, but she does alright in Europe. There was also another planned deluxe edition for Diamonds and Dancefloors 2, but that one also got scrapped. However, she did go on her first tour in 2023. It was called On Tour, finally. And on that tour, or more after that tour, Ava began working on her third album.
DJ, don't click that. Replay, don't hit that. 'Cause you gon' like it, love it, wanna play it twice.
Originally titled Made from Scratch, which was said to sound similar to Dancing's Done, which is the closing track on Diamonds and Dancefloors, which was super exciting because that song is definitely a career highlight. So then in 2024, the lead single for Made from Scratch came. It was called My Oh My. It's a great song, such a fun, catchy, dancey song. But it ended up being cut from the album completely. So in September 2024, another planned lead single and another great song. It was called Spot a Fake. It's about a friendship breakup and stuff. It's also so dancey and poppy. It was also planned to be the lead single for Made from Scratch, but Spot a Fake also unfortunately got scrapped from the album. Ava also revealed on the day after Spot a Fake's release that she'd cut ties with her management team, which kind of got everyone really scared for her career, to be honest. But she's okay. In January 2025, she changed all of her bios to Made from Scratch on social media, and then the following month, Lost Your Faith was released as the official lead single, and that's when it was announced that Spot a Fake had been cut from the album. And then came Loving Myself, which was released in May as the second single of the newly untitled album, and a snippet of a song called Wet Hot American Dream was left on a website called don'tclickplay-on-avamax.com, which kind of had a fake petition on it, urging people to not listen to Ava Max's new music or any of her music, which fans would sign to then hear the snippet of the album. Obviously the petition wasn't real, it's fine. And then in May, Don't Click Play was officially announced to be her third album. And then in June, the Don't Click Play tour was announced, but then it was cancelled, unfortunately, in July. And then also in July, Wet Hot American Dream was officially released as the third single from Don't Click Play. And then came Radio Silence. The immense hate from the album's rollout and Ava's lack of a team really kind of took a toll on her mentally, and she just took a step back from social media and promoting the album until it released. It lined up really well though, because a lot of people kind of thought that the lack of promotion was promotion. Since the album was called Don't Click Play, it just kind of made sense that she wouldn't talk about it. It's kind of giving there will be no further explanation, it'll just be Reputation, you know what I mean? When Taylor did that in the Reputation era. That wasn't what she was doing though, but it worked out for her pretty well because everyone thought that's what she was doing. And then Don't Click Play released in August. Unfortunately though, Don't Click Play did not enter the Billboard 200 at all. It entered other charts, but not the main one. It did, however, carry on the trend of like doing better in Europe and in the US. So like, I guess the question is, how did she go from world domination with Sweet But Psycho to this? Why didn't you click play? Well, there could be a lot of reasons. The first being that Ava samples too often. Ava is criticized for sampling too many songs all the time online, especially on YouTube Shorts. Like, you'll always see these, like, oh, did Ava Max copy this song thing on YouTube Shorts? Or, like, on just TikTok or anything, really. And then there's people, like, calling her out for it on Twitter, which is just a cesspit all the time. However, according to her fandom wiki, Ava Max has sampled a grand total of 19 times. And according to Genius, Ava Max has 407 songs. It is so clear to me after finding that out that the Ava samples too much argument is so overused and so untrue. Like, the amount that she actually samples is so exaggerated online. Like, somehow she's earned the title Queen of Samples, and it's like 19 times compared to 407 songs. That's like a drop in the water. Like, that's not Queen of Sampling, that's just like part-time sampler, you know what I mean? Like, and to make the argument even worse, Don't Click Play, her most recent album, has 0 samples. She didn't sample one single time on that album. Like, she's not the queen of samples, she just samples occasionally like every other artist in the world. A criticism, if you can even call it that, that lines up with the sampling thing is the like Gaga imitation thing. Like, especially around the Heaven and Hell era, her and her music was criticized to being far too similar to Lady Gaga. Like, the way she dressed, the way she looked, it was all criticized. They were saying, like, oh, she dresses too similarly to Lady Gaga, or, like, her haircut is abnormal, she must be copying Lady Gaga, or, like, her music sounds too similar to Lady Gaga's. It's like, no, she's making pop music. Like, anyone can make pop music, what you want about? Like, there's so many, like, YouTube videos. Like, I found one when I was doing the research for this. It was called, like, 6 times Ava Max has copied Lady Gaga or something, and it was like an outfit that looked like vaguely similar to Gaga's, or like a song that like barely resembled one of Gaga's, but because it was a pop song, it must have been the same. It's really insane. But like, the reason I say this is kind of connected to the sample thing is, I mean, first of all, like, the sample thing is often boiled down to like, oh, Ava Max copies everyone, and like the Gaga thing is Ava Max copies Lady Gaga, but also like she addressed them both together in the Don't Click Play title track in like a really fun way. Go listen to Don't Click Play, like, it's a great album. So yeah, I mean, like, I just both of those, like, I don't even know what to call them because I don't want to call them criticism because it's stupid, but like both of those things, it's just so not true. It's just made up and then everyone believes it. Like, I feel like one of the reasons why her numbers often aren't as high as they should be, yet I'm saying they should be because she deserves more success than she gets. While, I feel like the reasons that her numbers aren't that high is because people just hear these things and they just run with it. But it's not true, like, it's not. Listen to Ava, like, you'll see. Another reason, though, why her numbers might not reach the heights that they definitely should are because of leaks. Leaks have disrupted her career, like, so many times. They caused delays to Diamonds and Dance Floors, and it almost made her scrap the album, which is awful because, like, Diamonds and Dance Floors is a modern masterpiece. The world would be so much worse off if we didn't ever get Diamonds and Dance Floors. Like, anyone who hasn't heard Diamonds and Dance Floors, I feel bad for you because it's like top 5 best pop albums of all time. Like, it's just that good. But anyway, obviously, like, these leaks hurt her, like, emotionally. She was, like, pleading one point with the internet to, like, please stop leaking her music and respect her art. Like, it's her music, it's her voice, they're her lyrics. Like, she had a release date, why not just wait? And I feel like the leaks of her albums, because I think all 3 of her albums have leaked, like, way before release so far. Like, it's insane how that happens. Like, just stop. But I think the leaks cause her to have some pretty bad album rollouts because, you know, like, they just really disrupt her creative process and, like, her schedules. Like, if an album leaks, she can't exactly keep to the same schedule. She needs to change it so that she can fight the leaks. But another cause of bad rollouts is definitely her label. Like, throughout her career, her label have like barely supported her. Atlantic, you suck. Like, Atlantic Records are terrible. They don't support Ava at all. Like, they barely promoted Heaven and Hell in its singles, despite like the immense success that was Sweet But Psycho. Like, that song exploded, but then they didn't promote the rest of the songs or the album like at all, pretty much. It's like they were testing her like potential without actually committing to her. It was crazy. And then Diamonds and Dance Floors had practically no promo besides the 12 days thing, which was all Ava's doing anyway. And then Don't Click Play got nothing except a messy rollout and a loss of her management. And also, not just her management, but like two of her longtime collaborators and friends, which, you know, is not her fault. Like, that was fully on them. Like, the rumor is that Spot a Fake was about Circuit and Madison Love, because Ava was like kind of had like a romantic thing going on with Circuit, and she was also like besties with Madison Love. And then like Madison Love and Circuit kind of were getting together behind Ava's back, and then Ava found out, and obviously she didn't want to be associated with them anymore, which is fair enough. So like she's had to work with new people completely and Don't Click Play. And it's pretty good. Like, Don't Click Play is great. Like, she still made amazing music. She didn't need those two at all to make good music, but like it must have been really kind of scary for her to have to like go so out of her comfort zone. There's also a rumor that Madison Love was the one who leaked Diamonds and Dance Floors like months before it was supposed to come out, but I think that's just a rumor. I don't think that's confirmed. So take that with a grain of salt. Okay. I think like another thing that's like a great form of promotion, which is obviously not something that Ava has had, is a tour. Like, she's gone on one tour in her whole career, which was the On Tour finally after Diamonds and Dance Floors. This obviously is not her fault, but a tour is like just obviously great promo. Like, it could really rise, like help her rise through popularity a lot more. I mean, like, a Heaven and Hell tour was planned, and that would have helped a lot, but like that obviously had to be scrapped because of the pandemic. Like, she couldn't obviously tour in 2020 or 2021. Like, that's just a fact. And like the Don't Click Play tour cancellation, so her label definitely did not help with that. Plus, she said that the shows weren't up to her standard and she wanted to rework them. And she has recently said that she's still planning a tour, so thank God, because I really want to see Ava. Like, she's one of my favorite artists. And I didn't get to go to On Tour finally, and I really wanted to go to the Don't Click Play tour. So I just hope like whatever tour comes next I get to go to, thank you. But like a tour would also really help her like to be known in the US, I think. Like, tours are like great for promotion, and most Americans definitely know like Sweet But Psycho and like Kings and Queens. But like I feel like that's it. Like, I mean, we've covered this already, but like Ava's not too well known in America. She's mostly really popular in Europe, which is evident by chart sales and streams in Europe compared to America. But like I think like Sweet But Psycho did blow up in America. It was a grower for sure, but it eventually got there. Like, while it was immediate in Europe, it did eventually take over the US. But I guess like Atlantic just kind of gave up on her after that in America. I guess maybe they were just like, we don't need to promote it here. But like that would have really helped her, and I feel like a tour would be really helpful for like boosting her even more, especially in America. So it would just be great for her to go on like more tours, I guess. I feel like if we just step away now from like her like chart performance or popularity in certain countries, and just like, because I think like another reason I guess for her like struggling career is not to do with any of that, but it's actually just to do with her like the time she actually was gaining popularity. Like back in 2020 when she was building her popularity with the release of Heaven and Hell and everything. Big like dancey disco pop music wasn't really the thing in 2020. I mean, like, it was the time when Billie Eilish was really rising up into popularity, and Taylor was in her like folklore and Evermore eras. Like, slower and sadder, more minimalistic music was kind of a thing back in 2020, and Ava wasn't and isn't making that. And that's obviously not a bad thing. Like, Ava is a pop artist through and through, and I love that about her. Like, we need more, honestly, like Ava to make like pure fun pop music. But just in 2020, I feel like that just wasn't going to take off because it just wasn't the popular thing in 2020. But besides that, in her own words, Ava Max is the most mismanaged pop star ever. In a recent Rolling Stone interview that she did, she said that herself. She believes she's the most mismanaged pop star ever, and I think personally that she couldn't be more right about that. Her label and her previous management were anything but supportive, and it's such a shame because she's got so much potential to be huge, but they just don't try for some reason. She doesn't seem like too bothered. I mean, like, obviously she's bothered because like obviously like it's her career, like, but she just seems to also just love making music anyway. Like, she said she'll keep making pop music until she's 100 years old regardless, and I just love that about her. Like, she's just such a great artist, and she seems like such a sweet person, and I just wish like she would have more. She deserves more success. So like I guess what I want to say is if you haven't listened to Ava Max, or if you've never like given her a try, then you are really missing out. Ava Max has made three of the best albums this decade, especially with Diamonds and Dance Floors. Like, that album is a masterpiece. If you haven't listened to Diamonds and Dance Floors, do it like right now. Like, seriously, right now. Like, her problem is not lack of talent. She's one of the most talented artists ever. Her voice is phenomenal. I feel like I said that wrong, but I didn't, did I? I don't think I did. Anyway, and her songwriting is so underrated. Like, her problem is lack of support. Like, Atlantic, maybe you're the problem.
Baby, maybe you're the problem.
Her music is so fun and upbeat, her melodies are super catchy, and at the same time, her lyrics are really complex and meaningful, especially in, like, Don't Click Play and Diamonds and Dance Floors. She's one of the very few artists today still making pure pop music, and that is just something that I love about her. Don't Click Play is my favourite album that's been released this year so far, and this year's had some great albums. It's just filled with like dance bangers, self-empowering anthems, and genuinely one of the most heartbreaking songs I've ever heard in Know Somebody. Plus, maybe also her best song ever with World's Smallest Violin. So, like, if you've ever been put off by Ava through like the sampling accusations or the messy rollouts or the hate or anything else that has been mentioned in this video, you are really missing out. So, like, if you've ever doubted her, fix that and do yourself a favor and click play on Ava Max. She is so worth it. So yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. That's everything I had to say. So if you did like it, you should totally like the video and subscribe and listen to Ava Max. Thank you.